What happened? I heard a ruckus.
Long story. But I've got your eyes, Seymour.
Oh, my peepers and weepers. Oh, I've missed you so much. Much better. And as for those pips, if you don't mind, it just takes a little precision, the utmost finesse, and... done. Good as new, little buddy. That I mostly am, even. That I mostly am. Thank you for helping me properly see again. I mean, I suppose I could. There is room for more. All over Random there are mythical creatures hiding from the clutches of the Queen. Difficult to find, but they may have some. Keep your eyes peeled, and senses even sharper, even. Oh, and remember, all this dice business? Shh, it's our secret. So, what are you gonna do now? The old one step at a time approach, eh? Well, that's a healthy way to approach the unknown. Well, I wish you well on your next adventure. And if I could give you some semi-solicited advice. Every roll of the dice matters, but not every roll counts. Isn't it, though? And so fun. Bye, even. I'll miss you, but I'm sure we'll see each other again in far-off places.
The girl was a long way from home, about to enter the land of three. Who knew what adventures awaited her there? The answer is me. I do. I'm the narrator. But for Even and Dicey, the adventure was just beginning. And Even's sister was still out there, somewhere, lost in Random.
It's amazing anyone can live inside that chaos. It looks just like I remember. Even. Is that part upside down? What happened here? Mum used to tell me stories about the card makers. I wonder if they were true. Home, I guess.
You mustn't ever touch that odd. Ever. Never touch it again. I have it because I desire it, Odd. You're 12. There are things you don't understand yet. Anyway, forget it. Because I have something for you, Odd. Something special. That rudeness. That's your One Origins showing. Don't worry. We'll break you of that yet. And it's not a gift. It's something to be earned. But for now, go on, try it. I had it made just for you.
Above even was one of the Queen's royal spiders, the kind that had taken away Odd on that terrifying night. They were the collectors of children who were to become Sixers.
Come on, Dicey! We can't let it get away! Hurry! She's in our sights! Not today, spider monster! You! Oh, wait! Wait! Did you see those robots? What do you mean you've seen bigger?
I always knew I was a Sixer at heart. I knew! I'll do all sorts of important work for the Queen, while Bernard mops the floor.
Hey, where is Bernie?
Bernard is gone!
A Sixer child is missing! I repeat, a Sixer is missing. I can be rewarded. Rescue rules by the grace of the Queen.
Look! It's Bernie! From back home! Of course we should help him. He'll be eaten alive out here!
The spider seemed impossible to get into at the moment. Oh, but perhaps Bernie would know how to get to her sister. Even knew...
Come on! We've got to find him!
Oh, yes, yes. Time was of the essence. I was done anyway. Freedom was a district tearing itself apart in a three-way civil war. A murdered father, 3 siblings, each suspecting the other of the deed. And a giant battle droid, given to each by the Queen to settle the matter.
Your house of cards will never fall down when you've built it with Maddie's help.
I'm noble, you understand. Heck, most of us here are.
Find them. Let none who attack the king. Let none of them. Where was I?
I've got cards to trade.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
No, you do.
Greetings. I'm doing a survey for the Upper Class Gazette. Do you have a moment? Splendid, splendid. I have only one question. Who do you think started this war, turning our lord, their father's castle, into a battlefield? Surely you know the story of the 3 siblings. Oh, what fun. Yes, let's. So, since you're hearing this for the first time, let me tell you about There's the paranoid Count up in High Bet Haven to the west. The soft and coddled Duke living in Fogwash Garden to the north. And who do you think did it? Who do you think killed their father and started this bloody civil war? None of them? None of them? Oh, I've never heard such an opinion before. It's bold. It's direct. It's quite possibly insane. I'll write it down right here in my survey.
Protect the king! Protect the king! He's in danger! We have to...
Why'd you ask, stranger? What's your motivation in all of this? Oh, how heartbreaking for you. How tragic, you poor child. Oh, heavens no. That sort of thing wouldn't interest me at all. Good grief, spying on people. I make a point of not remembering anyone I see in public. Privacy is very important to me, you understand. What with that paranoid Count demanding full reports of everything everyone does every day and all. I promise it, stranger.
This bell belonged to my family, don't you know? It still does, I suppose. It has. I'm noble, you understand. Heck, most of us here are. I suppose it is. I don't know any other way to live, you understand. It belonged to the triplets, and before then, it belonged to the Lord our King of Freedom, before his murder. Royal families are like servants. They tend to expand to the size of their manor. Just so. But I'm a distant relative, far enough to stand outside the daily battles and to not choose a side. You know, I have another distant relative, a cousin of mine, that I haven't heard from in some time. Not since this cursed Civil War started. Last I heard, she was in the Duke's garden, playing nobility, eating cakes, I suppose. If I could see her again, I'd tell her that I miss her, that's all. It's silly, but you never think of the people you care about until they're no longer in your life. And it would do my heart good to know that she knows I do miss her. But it's too dangerous for me to go stumbling around the battlefield. Please excuse me.
Bah! Call me crazy. I've got half a mind to... what was I talking about? The attack has begun! The king must be saved! What? Identify yourself, stranger! I am Nishka, and I used to protect somebody important, I think. A ruler, maybe? Before the war. Oh, Even, you sweet child. You can't keep clinging to the past. The king's dead and gone now for years, don't you remember? What? How did you know my name? What? I've never seen you before in my The king! Protect the king from danger!
Oh boy, I can't wait to get back home. But I can't get back home without knowing the way. Or can I? Oh, hey, mister. Do you know the way to one... oh, wow. You want a hug? Okay. Woo, woo, woo.
Wow, it's pretty cold in here and dark too.
Alive? I thought I saw one running around here recently. A young lad, boxy clothing. Can't rightly say, unfortunately. But you'd better find him quick, before the Shadow Man does. Everyone knows about the Shadow Man, child. Especially children out all alone.
Kids never run around here unsupervised. That's what the Shadow Man ensures. All I know is that if a kid's missing, the Shadow Man's probably got him. As well they should. You should be afraid, child.
Go on, Dicey! Dicey, there! Dicey! Dicey!
Even suddenly felt like she was being watched. And to tell you the truth, I did too.
Are you the Shadow Man?
Oh, I have many names, little one.
Okay, fair enough. Have you seen a little boy? About yay high?
Let me think. This one?
Oh, wow, even is that you? I'm so glad to see you. Can you believe that I'm stuck?
Let him out!
Haven't you heard the bedtime stories? I'm what goes bump in the night. I'm what comes for children when they roam a little too far from home. This is what I do. Or what I used to do anyway. Before this silly war. That may be true, but there is another truth. That if you're not afraid now, you'll soon learn to be. He's mine now. I won't be letting him go. I believe you'd call that leverage. You'd think you'd know not to insult someone who's holding all the cards. Or in this case, children. Besides, you don't have what I need. Nothing you have, child. And I suspect nothing you can bring me. That remains to be seen. But perhaps you're right. I want the same thing all of us want here. Peace. I want the triplets' war to end. Oh, I'm not. I'm the creature that moves in the dark type. But people only truly fear things that move in the dark during peace.
During war, they are surrounded by greater threats all day long. And so nobody fears the Shadow Man anymore. Life is the greater horror. And they have overindulged, forgotten me. If you want me to give you Bernard, then I want you to change that. I don't care how. I don't care about anything even, except being feared by everyone again. I've watched you. I know you're a dice wielder. I've been around for centuries even. I know more than your mortal world has forgotten. You alone carry the power to affect the arenas and those giant robots. Figure it out, or you will never see your precious Bernard or any other child I choose to take again. Without peace, there will be no boy, no hope, and you will never see your sister again. For you, there are currently more important questions at stake. Go, even. Bernie's fate rests on your tiny shoulders, and my hunger won't be held at bay forever.
To save Bernard from the wretched Shadow Man, Even had to end Threedom's civil war. It was a hard task, an impossible task, but she wasn't going to let her friend die. The first thing she needed was information. Perhaps some of the locals would be willing to share what they knew.
That poor woman, completely mad. Have you seen Nishka? That poor woman, completely mad. Oh, it's so sad. A brilliant warrior and protector, but now hopelessly insane. You mustn't listen to what she says, stranger. It's all madness. Someone should do something.
Save the king before... I forget. You, I remember you. We've spoken before, haven't we? No, I don't remember much, and I'm sorry, what did you want? Oh, with the children. The 3 children, they... Well, something happened. There were sounds from his chambers. Was someone with him? I was his bodyguard, and I ran to look, and he was supposed to be sleeping, but... I'm sorry, it was such a shame, such a... I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Hello? Do I know you? The children of the king. Such beautiful babies. They grew up into such wonderful young men and women. The Duke, the Baroness, and the Count. Such a gift. The entire royal... He's paranoid, capricious, and fearful. But his heart's in the right place. He once accused me of trying to assassinate him just because I tried to get him to finish his vegetables. We all had. She's tough as nails. Tough as cannons, really. Duty-bound and haughty, but she can. She once aimed a cannon at me to stop me from giving her a bath. The only thing that impresses her is war. I wouldn't call him a glutton for life, more of a bon vivant. He loves all the finer things. He's Baroque. Decky once told me his goal was to eat every animal in the kingdom, all in one single dish. He achieved it a week later and said the dish was... Oh, that's very nice. You're a nice young lady. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that these days I don't remember things as well as I used to. But there have been times where an object reminds me of things, holding an important artifact that reminds me of a person or an event. That could bring it all back. Can you find these objects for me? One for each triplet. That could bring it all back. Oh, and if you could find the murder weapon that killed the king, I could... I'm sorry, find what? What were we... Oh, if only I could remember. That platform reminds me. I'm supposed to warn travelers about something. I'm supposed to say something very, very important. Oh well, it's probably fine, and we should all stop worrying about it.
All bets are off when you've got a new card from old Matty Dex, Esquire.
Seeing the ease at which Dicey affected the world, even was surprised to find herself feeling a little bit frightened of him. How could someone so small and innocent contain so much untamed power? And now, even suddenly felt like she had the world on her shoulders. Could she solve the mystery of the king's murder?
It's the Count! Ladies and gentlemen, the Count has won the role!
The only thing I can't predict are the rolls of the Queen's dark dice, but everything else I can.
Someone has entered your castle, Your Grace.
I swear, it must be my bloody sister, the Baroness, or my fancy-pants brother who thinks he's so much better than me, sending their assassins to smother me in my sleep. But this Count is awake and ready for you! You hear that, assassins?
Here, mate. Let's trade cards. Sometimes I feel like it's my sole purpose in life. Oh, hello. You've made it to Three Town, have you? Be careful here. Those triplets don't mess around. But then again, that just gives you 3 good reasons to buy some cards, eh? You did. I saw you. But now we're both here. And that means one thing. Let me answer that question with a question. Who could possibly dwell... So, let's trade, shall we?
The Count? I love that guy. You don't? He's great! There's definitely no downsides to the man. Everything he does is so grounded and normal. It's super normal to go even crazier because your imaginary friend Shmoo is missing. Now that's something I'll absolutely deny. I deny it! Okay, I gotta go. If we talk too long, someone might think we're conspiring against him, which again, it's great. Can't wait until the queen rolls her dice and it's our time to fight and maybe die for...
You're here to kill me, aren't you? And then die by your traitorous hand? Bah! War! Have you ever marched out into a battle, little girl? I don't know. Assassin school? Unlike you, mysterious interloper, I have been in battle. Every day. In my mind. You're being obsequious. You're being kind because you want me to let my guard down and then kill me. Kids can be assassins. I've heard of it in stories that may or may not have been based on truth. End it? How can you end it when the Colossus has already moved more than once today? This war is only heating up. What's wrong? Everything! My bodyguard is dead, the war goes poorly, and then well, and then... The third of his name, yes. He was stolen from me by the vicious Baroness, my meanie of a sister. Shmoo is like a... Nishka, the only one I could trust besides my father. She disappeared when he was killed, but you're in no shape... She was the whole family's bodyguard. She was great. Or so I thought until she let one of us, not me, kill. Of course. Obviously I would keep track of someone took it. A little bird whispered that it's locked up in the head of the broken Colossus that used to be my father's. It should be collecting ashes somewhere in the battlefield. Why? Was someone going to use it to assassinate me? Well, good. Even if she's alive, that leaves my lands undefended and myself open to assassination. Ha! It'll never happen. So that's the deal. Find my plushie, and I'll give you... Well, I don't know what I've got like that. Oh, but I do have a finger taken from the scene of the crime of my father's murder. 'Tis yours if you recover Shmoo for me. Deal?
The Count was an odd duck. And a paranoid duck too, come to think of it. But Even was now one step closer to triggering Nishka's memories. And possibly, just possibly, ending this war in freedom.
Golkas takimna. Oh, nein, gamnarf malmni. Takapoin nosnik kneinast. Oke, rak, doke, malmni. Narmene. Takapoin. Nosnik gamnarf golkas knorego. Akist. Malaha. No, gone. Da, kemen. Walk the cat. Da, kero. Get a guy, gamaniko. Cos, okos, gamanena. Cos, kena, haina. Nor.
Bold of you to be just running around here. The 3 robots out there, always just destroying things. They don't care for our kind, you know. They'll step on you as easily as we step on ants. The war, it's killing this city. It's killing us. And I don't know how to fix it.
friends, citizens, country compatriots, let yourself eat cake, for now arrives the winner of the role, the Duke.
Looking to get an invincibility potion, are you? Well, you've come to the wrong place. I've got cards, though.
Poor Even. You still don't know how to say what you want. Hello, Even. You're not asking the right questions. You're still not asking the right questions. But I wonder if you... My sisters. The children of the king aren't the only triplets in Threedom. In the middle of this war, my twins disappeared, unlike you. I feel like a part of me is missing. Can you find them for me? That's not important. You'll know them when you see them. After all, you knew me. If you find them, tell them to meet me at the safe spot, over by the sword bridges. Find us there once we're all gathered, and I will have something for you. You'll find us among the teapots, in the trenches, and under the ground. I hope to see you again, Even.
Hi there, I'm Tea-Time Tootsie. I used to be our late king's master planner. Hey, we don't choose our names, our parents did. Oh, well, the Nanny Fortuna renamed. Every day I watch the battles and come up with the most thrilling stratagems for the next day. The only thing I can't predict are the rolls of the Queen's dark dice, but everything... Fair enough. Skepticism is healthy. Every day the dice is rolled, and every day one of the Colossuses moves. Everyone noticed. But what everyone else has failed to notice is how the winning Colossus brings most of the robots he commands. Do any of the triples use this information? Perhaps attacking from behind on the day the dice favors them? No, only I see it. By the order of Nanny Fortuna, I am not to work for either of them. Although I would be interested in learning more about the triplets for observational purposes only. Tell you what.
eye.
Well, have you found Count Shmoo III yet? With the Baroness, my sister. I bet my moustache she took. Go save him before it's too late.
Sir, 1,000 apologies, sir, but your mid-afternoon cake was burnt in the chef's oven.
A cake flambe? Oh, how delightfully decadent. I'll take the whole thing.
But sire, it's burned to a crisp.
Ooh, a new flavor I haven't experienced for years. What an amusing diversion. Have chef serve it to me at dinner, and if he refuses, kill him. And then yourself.
Yes, sir.
The Duke certainly lived in style. Oh, it was all a show, and the horrors of war did sometimes bleed through the artifice the Duke had constructed. But if he ever noticed it, he certainly never let it show.
I'm having a ball. Simply a great time. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing.
Attend, hut recruits, for the Baroness has won the roll. All hail her rule and her rules.